Well, another week of new comic book releases. It's time to take a look at the books coming out this week so I can tell you what I'm getting. What's up, guys? BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them, all for your viewing pleasure. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. This is the latest in the series that I like to call What I'm Getting, where I take a look at the books coming out this new comic book day. In this case, we're talking about Wednesday, November the 2nd. I tell you what's on my pull list, what's on the chopping block, and what's on the maybe list that I'll be making a game day decision on. Now, I always like to start these lists off with the book that I am most excited for. And this week, you probably guessed it, it's Batman issue 129. Batman, written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Jorge Jimenez. It's just been an amazing series. Ever since issue 125, where Chip first took over, I have been loving this series. Batman is up against perhaps his most dangerous foe yet, a version of himself, a robot named Failsafe that he programmed to stop himself just in case he ever went too far off the deep end. And so far we've just kind of seen how Failsafe is just made light work of the Bat family, the Justice League, and in the last issue we learned that Failsafe has taken over Gotham. Yes, I know. The Joker War, Fear State. We've gotten Gotham taken over like 8 times in the last 2 years. City of Bane, anyone? But this is a whole different threat that's taken over Gotham. And it's been written in a very compelling way so far. So, this is the second to the last issue of the story arc. I imagine that Bruce is going to return to Gotham in this issue, really find really deep levels of devastation. He's going to have to dig really, really deep to figure out how he's going to beat Failsafe. Because, of course, he's Failsafe. So that one's got a cover price of $4.99. By the way, the backup story is explaining the origins of the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. It's been really good through one backup issue, so I'm excited to see that continue as well. Cover price on this book, again, is $4.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And the next book on the DC Comics pull list is actually not on the pull list. This is a maybe list book, but it is Batman, the Joker, Deadly Duo #1. Now, this is a piece that is written and drawn by Marc Silvestri. And apparently this has been in like development limbo for like 10 years. And honestly, it's a Batman and Joker team up. They've been going really hard promoting this series. They've had like 5 to 6 page previews in like every DC Comics issue in the last month. And it didn't really sell me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not super interested in a really dark Batman Elseworlds right now. I'm kind of enjoying the mainline stuff, and I'm thinking I'm going to wait for the trade on this. But if I did buy the issue, it would be because Greg Capullo's got a set of variants coming out, and this Joker cover is really good. Batman the Joker Deadly Duo #1 has a cover price of $4.99. And if I get it, like I said, I'm getting that Joker cover. I think it's the C. And now let's move on to the book that's actually on the pull list. And that is Dark Knights of Steel, issue #8. Dark Knights of Steel, written by Tom Taylor, art by Yasmin Putri. This series has been on a bit of a hiatus. Took a couple of months off, but here we are, back with issue 8. And even all the time they took off of this series didn't let me get caught up because I was just so backed up. But I've read this series through 4 issues, and it's just really good, man. It's just everything you know about the DC universe with like a Game of Thrones type skin over it, with new conflicts, with changes to the characters that just make it just different enough to where it's like you still recognize it, but you're subverted, and now you're just hanging there in suspense. At least that's been my experience through 4 issues. There is a war brewing. People don't think the elves can be trusted. And man, I'm excited to see how this series goes. I plan on getting caught up on this one in the next week and a half or so. But for now, issue #8 is out this week with a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And the last book on the DC Comics pull list this week is Monkey Prince, issue #8. This is another series that I've been trying my best to get caught up on. I'm almost there. I'm at issue 6. as of last night. And it's just a good book. It's a nice, fun series. It's written by Jean Lin Yang with art by Bernard Chang. And basically, it follows this kid who has the powers of the Monkey King. He's the Monkey Prince. He is like, it's like a coming of age type story. He's learning his new powers. Meanwhile, his parents are scientists for hire. And he doesn't know this, but they're like working for various villains. So in the first story arc, the first 4 issues, they were working with the Penguin, and that brought them to Gotham. And in this next story arc, they're working for Black Manta. So he's like moving to the coast. But anyway, this kid is learning how to use his powers. He's being chased. There's this whole subplot involving basically like the big, I can't remember the name of the big villain, but he's trying to like eat superheroes to absorb their chi. And the Monkey Prince is the only one that can really stop him eventually. It's just been a really fun series. Like I said, this is like the comic relief if you're reading stuff that's just way too dark, way too convoluted. This is just a great series to jump into and really have some fun. There's humor, there's heart, and there's action. It's a great series. Monkey Prince number 8 has a cover price of $3.99, and I'm getting cover A. And that's it for the DC Comics on my pull list. So if I stick to the list and I don't end up buying that Batman Joker book, my DC books are going to cost me just $13 this week. But if I do decide to up the ante and buy that Greg Capullo cover, they'll cost me $18. Now let's move on to the Marvel books on my pull list, where first book on the list is Black Panther, issue number 11. Now, the reason I'm not fully caught up with Dark Knights of Steel is because I took a detour from the DC universe to read the first 6 issues of Reggie Hudlin's Black Panther run last night. And man, it's just a classic, solid opening for someone who's never read Black Panther. It would be an amazing jumping in point. And it's just action packed. The art is great. And you get to learn a lot about what makes T'Challa great in the eyes of Wakanda. And I say all that to say, this Black Panther run by John Ridley is not doing that. This Black Panther run could be described as everybody hates T'Challa. So we opened up with the first story arc. First story arc basically made it so that T'Challa was exiled from Wakanda. And we've seen him go on a couple of adventures with the Avengers since then. And according to the preview or the ad that's been floating around for issue 12, T'Challa's about to get kicked out of the Avengers somehow. That's what's going to happen in issue 11. I don't know how. It seems very unexpected to me, but like I said, the ad for issue number 12 says that T'Challa is out of the Avengers. So this is what I'm expecting to see pop off here. I don't know why, but what's been happening is like everyone is questioning T'Challa. His citizens in Wakanda are questioning whether he's fit for leadership. At the Avengers, like, it's been questioned like how he's coming to make decisions. And along with everyone else questioning T'Challa, there's been a lot of self-loathing. There's been a lot of like low self-esteem, a lack of confidence that T'Challa has in himself. And look, I understand Black Panther fans' gripes, that that's just not the T'Challa that they know. Again, I'm hopeful that John Ridley is going to build T'Challa back up somehow through this run. But man, T'Challa is down bad, as my man Skip would say. But anyway, Black Panther number 11. It's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And the next book on the Marvel pull list is also a maybe list book this week. And that is Deadpool number 1. Now, the reason I'm not necessarily hyped about Deadpool is I think Deadpool's a good comic relief character, but sometimes it just be like, sometimes it lands, sometimes it just feels annoying. And here lately, I feel like Deadpool has kind of been overstaying his welcome in the other X books. He's been in Wolverine, that transitioned him into X-Force. I'm kind of glad to see him get his own title. Hopefully that means he gets out of the other books and lets them kind of breathe on their own merits. And then you can kind of take or leave the main Deadpool title. Now, I would have been really excited about it if it were written by Benjamin Percy, because I liked Ben Percy's voice for Deadpool. But this series is written by Alyssa Wong, who I'm not familiar with. I think she wrote some issues of Dr. Aphra, but I've never read any of her stuff. And for that reason, I'm just kind of like, I could probably take or leave this Deadpool run, but I'm gonna maybe pick up issue 1 because it does have the Destiny of X branding by Tom Muller. So I think it is going to tie into the Krakoa era somehow. So I'm probably going to pick up issue 1 just to see how it does and see if I need to continue it or if I can just leave it on the shelf like I'm planning to. Deadpool number 1's got a cover price of $3.99. If I grab it, I'm just going to grab this cover. And the last book on the Marvel pull list this week is X-Men Red, issue number 8. X-Men Red has emerged from the Judgment Day event as my favorite X-Men title. It's written by Al Ewing, which that's kind of a feat in and of itself. I don't typically like space-based cosmic books with a bunch of different species and stuff going on, but it's been a really compelling read through 7 issues. And there was an ultimate sacrifice made in issue 7 that I'm expecting to see a pretty big fallout from moving forward in the series. But for now, there was a revelation during the Judgment Day event that Abigail Brand has been up to something really sinister, and Cable is not down for it. So in this issue, we're going to get the confrontation between Cable and Abigail Brand, and I'm excited for it. Should be a nice, fun, action-packed issue. It's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. So if I stick to the list and just grab the 2 books that are actually on my Marvel pull list this week, they're going to cost me $8. But if I do decide to pick up Deadpool, my Marvel books are going to cost me $12 this week, not 8. So I just have to look down. I couldn't remember if I had said 8 or 12 before. But anyway, let's move on to the indies on the pull list, where there is just one that stands alone, and it is The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 50. You already know. I'm picking up The Walking Dead Deluxe because it's The Walking Dead in color. My plan is to eventually custom bind all of my Walking Dead Deluxe issues into probably a 4-volume set of hardcovers. Not sure how many issues I'll put in each one, but it's going to be pretty cool. But that's a very long run, long haul project. We're what? Another 2 years from seeing that happen? 3? But anyway, The Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 50 is out this week with a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. That's the only indie book on my list, so that's going to cost me $4, which brings my grand total, if I don't buy any of these extra books on my list, to $25 this week. And that's honestly a welcome light week because I did pre-order or special order the Hardware Season 1 hardcover. So that's at my LCS waiting for me to pick up. And that would pretty much bring me to my $50 budget for the week. But if I do decide to grab these maybe books, then my pull list total will be $34 this week. And that's even still really not bad. But what books are you excited for this week? Are you grabbing the Batman Joker Deadly Duo? Are you excited about the direction of Black Panther? I know if you're Skip, the answer is going to be no. I don't know, man. Reading some of the great Black Panther stories from the past has certainly gotten me understanding even more why people are so upset at this Black Panther run. But I mean, I'm going to stick with it for the time being. But yeah, let me know how you're feeling about the books on the pull list this week. By the way, this video would not be possible without the channel family. Thank you guys so much for supporting content on the channel. And we're going to get some really dope reviews and character deep dives coming very soon, now that we're in a brand new month. By the way, today's Halloween. Stay safe. If you observe, you celebrate, going out there trick-or-treating, make sure you get the kids out there early, because the scary kids come out as soon as the sun goes down. People get crazy. Just be safe out there. But yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you saw something you liked in this video. And if not, hey, that's cool. Because you can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy. And be nice to others. Because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.